Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Rise and Shine College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, and if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Benjamin Cisco. What's up, my man? Bloody Guns. Eric Reheard. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Exactly 3 weeks away from Sooner football. Life is great. Life is great. Good times, good times. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's getting closer, folks. It's getting closer. Start talking about some stuff that, coming into the season. You're starting to see some things like, quarterback rankings that I wasn't invited to yesterday. So I decided to do some myself a little bit. And then we'll take a look as well to let's see the odds for, well, they're I kind of want to rank what they were showing on FanDuel as, the best odds for making the 12 team college football playoff field. I find it wild that some of these teams, are just so high up there. And some of these quarterback rankings are pretty wild too. How's everybody doing this morning? We only got 11 folks in here. Come on now. You're not sharing. Are we not sharing the streams with our friends and stuff like that? Come on now. Hey, good morning there. Bloody and Nelio. What's up, my guy? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the super chat. Welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah. So talk a little bit about, and hey guys, we can talk about pretty much whatever you guys want to a little bit today, but we'll jump into that a little bit first. I figured that would kind of start up the conversation a little bit, telling you guys what you think about some of these deals. Yo, it's the Scoop with Coop. What's up there, bro? How you been? LSU, huh? You LSU? Well, you guys are from around that NOLA area. That's right. That's right. You like them this year? Because I think they're in trouble. I think they're in trouble. We slowly showing up there. Thanks, Hankster. Glad to see you here, man. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Let's see. Should I graduate in the end of October for my master's degree? More excited for football than graduating with your master's. Yep. I went and got my master's at Oklahoma. And good times, good times. It's the last time they won. Hey, maybe that's a good sign, bro. Because when I got my master's, that's the year they won their last natty. So we'll see. Say we beat LSU in the swamp. See, I knew that was coming, Eric. Scoop, you already get messed with there, Coop. Where you been, man? Been watching some of your stuff on TikTok, man. It looks good stuff, man. Good to see it. Stinkers Cat, good to see you, man. Sooner fan 71. It's not in the swamp. It's it would be Death Valley. The problem is they don't have as much talent on the defensive side of the ball this year. They're not doing very well in the portal. And according to Brian Kelly, they don't buy football players at LSU. They buy women's basketball players, but not football players. Just so you know. Bro, it was long ago. That was 24 years ago for me. Look, good morning. Keep it saucy. What's up there? Spaghetti, keeping it saucy. I like it. I'm not sure who this is, but welcome into the show. Appreciate it. So, but I tell you, well, that's going to be one of the toughest ones for Oklahoma, though, Coop, in their first year in it. So it'll be tough for them because they got to go on the road. Mulkey is better than Kelly, confirmed. Yeah, Bevo's bodyguard. Looky there. I actually can agree with you on something for once. There you go. But what I'm always going to do here.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
It's not a good show start if we don't do that. And since Coach isn't here with us, we'll just, in honor of Coach.
You know what, guys? In a nice way, fuck y'all. We don't give a shit.
The offense is going to be okay, man. I never worry about Oklahoma's offense. The defense is the thing too, man. Is that they are loaded on the defensive line. They're ranked. Their linebackers are by field still ranked number 2. So is their corners, but they've got them ranked around 20th in the country as far as your defensive line's concerned. But they added a guy that they really needed to add at Texas and LSU, Dominic Williams, as well as, I mean, they had 5 guys come in just in high school recruiting, but they got a couple of guys in the portal that are just really good. So I'm excited about where they're headed on that. If they can do what they're supposed to do on defense, they're going to have a shot. If they don't, they've probably got the toughest, or one of the very toughest SEC schedules. Certainly better than the ones that, the one that the training wheel schedule that they gave Texas. So, we'll see. You did not make Onikuno cry. Quit lying. Stop lying, Bevo's bodyguard. Let's see what we got. What's up there, Mars Jams? Good to see you, my man. What's up? Let's see. One thing I like about Moki is their son is starting for the Redbirds. Really? Huh. Go figure. Is he's starting where? Is he what is he? Just a player? He's a position player. Sooner Cowboys. What's up, my dude? Thank you there, Bloody. Welcome into the woodshed, everybody, as well. Darian Keener. That's what I was wondering. I feel like Hicks should get some run. Barnes has experience, and Tatum and the big gun coming in. Look, shoot, man. Taylor, and that's what I say. Offensively, you ask the question, I'll go ahead and tell you. You got a new quarterback. That's what everybody thinks is such a big problem. We've seen brand new quarterbacks, first-year quarterbacks do very well lots of times. So the reason you would think that they're going to be pretty good overblown thoughts about the offensive line. When you got the best offensive line coach in the country, you got a guy that he was a starter for the last 3 or 4 games of the year anyway. And that was over their number one, the guy that went in the first round, Tyler Guyton. In any event, Bill Bedenbaugh has more offensive linemen in the NFL than any coach in the country. So they're going to be fine on the O-line. They probably have, if it's second to anybody in the country as far as the receiver group is concerned, it would be to Ohio State. Jaden Gibson got probably out for the season the other day, got injured. But I would tell you that it was deep already. So there's some guys that are going to get an opportunity to step up. It's next man up when it comes to that. But, yeah, I would agree with what Darian said here. So it looks like right now, and kind of talking about some of that with Sawchuk, it may be Barnes again, but I think that Taylor Tatum is good enough that you're probably not going to be able to keep the kid out, Sounds like they've used him a little bit, splitting him out into a receiver position. He can do everything, man. This kid is, when you watch his film, you can see that he is just kind of different. So love the running back room. Didn't even talk about Caleb Hicks. They also got, they got then another freshman, Xavier Robinson, who's a beast. I don't know how much you'll probably see him unless you have some injury stuff, but it's good to hear that, Javante's coming back and looking strong apparently. So Javante Barnes looked really good as a true freshman. So we'll kind of see, mainly an outfielder. Okay. Yeah, so JJ's brother has been pitching quite a bit. He's now with the Marlins, and he's been getting. I saw where he got a strikeout on his first strikeout in the majors. He came up with Colorado, and then they sent him, or I guess they traded him pretty much right away, or waived him or something. But then now he's with the Marlins, and he's up again, and he's been pitching. I think he's been there for a couple of weeks, so it's pretty awesome. JJ's brother, Austin Kitchen. Show him some love whenever you hear anything about it. Who's anti-American? There is no such thing. If Bates gets, I like that. T-Boomer, what's up, my man? Good to see you, man. If Bates gets the nod over Hickman, then look out. Listen, man, and because Preston Hickman looks really good. You know, he's a guy that's played a lot of college football. He was an all-conference selection. I mean, there's a reason why people wanted him. I would think that, you know, I mean, there's just, he's done very good and SMU's not exactly chump change anymore. They're not just chumps. So I like their coaching situation, what they're looking like, and so that's yeah. Listen, if Joshua Bates beats him out, which I mean, we're talking about it after the first week, and you know how coaches are. Sometimes they're going to love on guys, sometimes they're not. But I would tell you that Joshua Bates is a bad dude. He's got a nasty streak in him. You could tell. Yeah, I could see that when I saw him in the high school All-American game in San Antonio 2 years ago, I guess it was now, or almost 2 years ago. Stud, man. You're also hearing about Hito Zeta and some of these guys kind of pushing for their spots as well, as far as the guard position is concerned. Gary and Hatchett does it. I mean, if he's having to go up against Fabici Wiwu, forget it. He's not going to get that job, you know. But apparently, and you're starting to hear a little bit about, obviously, the Haitian law firm. Our boy, true freshman, he wasn't even there in spring either. This is so crazy when you start thinking about that. I mean, the line's going to be good. The reason why they're going to be good, I would say, probably because of how much they're going. And you know, I was watching on what Teddy and Gabe were saying the other day, and Gabe was like, "Man, the worry that was there in spring, not so much no more." That's good to hear. You know, and I mean, he was one of the best linemen during his time. So he knows the system. Absolutely, man. Yep, he knows the system. I did see JJ Bro get some game action. Yeah, it's dude. Yeah, he. I don't know if I told if you were in here whenever I was talking to Coach about that. So when he went and saw his first start, or not his first start, his first action there in Colorado, in Denver. And he's like he's got his phone out and he's showing him in the bullpen down there getting ready. And dude, his freaking hands were shaking. I mean, that video was trash. and he posted it obviously there in Twitter. I was laughing. He was freaking out. And I said, "Oh man," I said, "Little nervous there, JJ." I said, I hope your brother's as steady as you are." He was like, much steadier. I'm good. He's good. I'm not. That was funny. Hilarious stuff, man. So let's see. O-line is going to look better than last year. Dude, look, there's a lot of guys that are, first off, you've got probably better talent in there than you had last year. I would say other than Caden Green. But then again, you know, if you get Eddie Pierre-Louis gets in there and does his thing. I mean, if he's already pushing for a job as a true freshman that wasn't even here in the spring, it tells you a little bit about who he is. We already know that Caden Green, they overpaid for him at Mizzou. They're boasting about how he was going to be an offensive left tackle for him. And then now the other day, you know, and Drink was talking all his shit while he was saying all that too. But now the other day you hear him come out and say he's a guard. So yeah, so you gave him NIL money for a left tackle, which is, you know, probably quite a bit more than an interior guy, and you're saying he's more comfortable as a guard. That's how he framed it too. I think that's hilarious. Hilarious. Gentry Williams breakout season. Yeah, who do you guys think is going to be? I like that one. Let's put in there. Who do you think is going to have a breakout year? Now, I don't know that Gentry would necessarily be a breakout guy because of the fact that Gentry's a bad dude already. The hope is that he has a healthy season. You know, he had that, his shoulder was coming out like every game. You know, had the surgery, that's good, but tells you how tough he was, man. He still played 10 games, started 10 games. And he had basically that shoulder injury the whole year. So pretty wild. Yeah. And that's it. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the country. Something you guys wouldn't know anything about. Caden Helms is going to be a breakout season, says Bishop Frank. Welcome into the show, Bishop Frank. Love it. Kendall Dolby, I like it. Let me see. One of my besties from my childhood played baseball at KU the same time my bro was and got drafted by the Cards. That's awesome. Got called up in Atlanta and 8 of us showed up. Dude, I bet that was a blast. Love this one. Caleb Stacy. Good call. Dude, I bet that was an unreal. And then that's what, when we talked to JJ about it, he was like, there's just not another, probably my best day, he said, and just the emotional moments that they had and stuff, when he got to see him before the game or whatever, or after the game, whatever it was. But, it was pretty cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. If no one does, Max protect the whole D line. We'll have a breakout year. Listen, you're starting to hear a lot of stuff. What we, all of us guys, whether it's Coop or Jay or any of us guys, I've had, we've all kind of talked about it, but you guys know that I'm a Nigel Smith fan, but he's been moving out there. But you're starting to hear that Danny Okoye is he's freaking people out with how good he is already. PJ hadn't, it sounds like he's better and better all the time, but as soon as that light flickers on, man, the video that I've seen where, just him standing there, he just looks different. Just different, bro. Who the hell are you talking about? Bevo. Those dudes they got a trash secondary at Texas. They got a trash D-line at Texas. You guys are so screwed. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, he was balling there, dude. Love it. Okay. Yeah, the last two checked. Yeah, I know. They love them in the all preseason team. I get it. We'll see. We shall see. See, Oklahoma, Washington threw all overtime. Yeah, and it was probably, and that's when they actually had a pass rush. They didn't get home much. Oklahoma got home on that vaunted offensive line, though. They're so bad Oklahoma's going to be so bad according to these guys, but they couldn't get a yard on them with. They couldn't even get a yard on them with that amazing offensive line, and then putting Sweat and Murphy in. Texas fucking sucks. This is just the truth. You guys are going to fall flat on your face this year. It's going to be hilarious because watching the meltdown in Austin is going to be great. It's just going to be awesome. Oh, God. Let's see. Let's just do this. Go ahead and do this now. Settle down there, buddy. You cried a little bit. I bet you cried a lot. Come on now. You cried a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they certainly, had their moments. Yeah, the goal line stand, we stopped them with our supposedly trash defensive line, and then, they didn't get to Quinn any, or they weren't able to get to. We got to Quinn 5 times, right? And they weren't able to get to DG at all. DG didn't turn the ball over. Quinn had three picks, but Quinn, he's that one of those top guys. And let's talk about that a little bit. The top 25 college football quarterbacks, according to 247 Sports. Let me share this real quick. You're going to love this first one. Blow it up a little bit. Looky there. Still giving that love to old Tebow. He's had one game, and he's been there like 4 years. Well, Lincoln Riley deserves the benefit of the doubt, it says, when it comes to quarterback production, given the fact he's coached 3 Heisman winners at the position. All righty. Number 24, Nico Iamalieva. That wouldn't bother me so much. I mean, except for you're not going to probably find the guy you want. Garrett, though, at 23, I think is kind of wild. DJ at 22 is a little wild. Byron Brown. Kyle McCord. Wow. Cam Rising's pretty low. Grayson McCall. I like Grayson McCall. Seth Hennigan. I mean, he's good. He's pretty good. But Connor Weidman, what the hell has he done? He's got 1,800 yards in his entire career. I mean, come on. How many games until they bench him? It could be then. Could be then. Would it surprise you if he went out in that game? First and foremost, they're gonna punch them in the mouth when they get there. You know they are. It's gonna be tough. Brady Cook, yeah, that's the one. It's insanity. Because he fell off at the end of the year. And then Garrett Green, they've got him way high up the list on like the EA Sports one too. He's like in the top 5. Then Riley Leonard. I like Riley Leonard, but I mean, if you look at his overall production, I mean, career statistics, he's 24-10. He's got some rushing touchdowns with it, but really? I don't know. We're going to have to ask Coach about that. And then here's the one that I'm like, what the hell? Neilio, explain this to me. Not even a 60% passer. Unbelievable. Jalen Daniels is probably too low. Drew Aller, he was trash last year, but okay. Noah Fafita, like him. Aiden Salter, come on, bro. Cam Ward, like him. He should be higher up. DG at number 6. Quinn at number 5. Jalen Milroe at number 4. They just went poof, and all of a sudden he's going to be a great passer. Carson Beck, number 3. And Jackson Dart at number 2. And number 1, Shador. Go ahead and yell. I'm sure everybody's going to love that one. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm going to say this about Dylan Gabriel, and I'm a fan of Dylan Gabriel. Everybody knows that I am. There's a reason he didn't stay. He was going to have to compete for the job. Feels like if he knew he could win that job, he stays. That's all I'd say. Art should have been number 1. Okay. Listen, and I'm not saying that look, it's great that he has the experience that he has. The truth be told, he's probably in a better position at Oregon because of the fact that offense, they're not big on throwing the ball deep. And we know he doesn't hit the deep ball. Truth is, if he was going to make that move, part of it was probably because of the way Oklahoma fans treated him at times. And definitely, and he was a fan of Jeff Lebby, and weren't that loving to Jeff last year. It was kind of what it was. Yeah. No, it is what it is on the Arch thing. I think he'll do a good job. I think he'll do a good job there. I think DG will do a good job there. And I don't, again, fan of him. Hope he does a great job there. I don't know that it's as easy of a year for Oregon as everybody acts like it is. I think they are going to be good. Christopher Shannon Shador paid for that ranking. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, you look at what he's a 68% passer. He's got 10,000 yards, almost 100 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Now, I know he played a couple of seasons at Jackson State, but last year's numbers were big. He was right up there with anybody, and they sacked him 55 times. If they keep that guy on his feet, Shador's a baller. I understand not everybody loves him. I understand that everybody thinks that Colorado's going to fall on their face. You can't say and be serious about college football and tell me that Shedeur Sanders isn't a good quarterback. You can't do it. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like the way he is. I get it. But you can't say he's not good and be a serious college football fan. Yeah, I mean, look, you just can't do it. He had like 3 interceptions to, I think it was 27, 28 touchdowns last year. And he got sacked 55 times. It's insanity. He's the first-round draft pick. Absolutely a first-round draft pick. If he did you see Malik? Malik's a baller, dude. I'm glad Malik Murphy transferred out too. Dude, you know what? You would trade for him immediately for Quinn Ewers. Benji, you know you would, and I know you would. If you want to lie to yourself, go ahead, but don't lie to me about it because I know better. Neilio, again, I understand what you're talking about, and I agree with what you're saying there. But they're playing North Dakota State, correct? That's their coach just left too. Because that's Matt Ince, right? Matt Ince is the coach there? Or is it South Dakota State they're playing? You're insane. Okay.
This is egregious.
Oh, dumbass.
It's a stupid you know better than that. The SEC channel is not bad. What? But the point, I get it. Yeah, they need to keep him upright. Now, they do have Big Phil Lodeholt there as their offensive line coach. They added some guys. I think they needed to do a better job no matter what. Archie, yeah, you got to, yeah. Don't keep saying dumb stuff like that. Pretty much every plan. Look, man, I'm not even going to get into the Milroe and Quinn stuff. I don't think that Milroe is – I don't think that he's proven that he's that guy. But, again, you know what? He was a Heisman finalist. He was a lot better towards the end, than he had been. And I would say I don't know that you can really change the throwing motion for somebody before in, like, this amount of time since they've been there. Maybe so. I think that the struggles that Jalen Milroe might have this year is the fact that they don't have guys that have caught a bunch of footballs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look there. Shoddy wants to get timeouted too. Isn't that funny? It's stupid. It is what it is, bro. You guys could call him a top 5. And look, it's fine. He went to the playoff. It's an easy, lazy look, but it is lazy, but it's easy to say it. He's got enough arm that, you can say what you say, but I'm gonna ask you this: would you rather have Shedeur, who they have at number 1, or would you, if you're at Texas, would you rather have Shedeur, or would you take Quinn over him? Because I think we know the answer to that. O-line was horrible for Bama. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's true. And they still, Texas, found a way to not get it done. And the easiest, no Georgia in the way. Alabama got beat. I don't know whether he's top 5 or not. I think that by the end of the year, he may not be top 5 at all. I don't think he's not going to New York for the Heisman. They're going to go 8-4. That doesn't help him. Yeah, that's a real question. I asked it, didn't I? He hadn't gotten that out of line just yet, but hey, it is what it is. All right. My thing was, okay, so no, you didn't get a Jackson Arnold, but you have guys like Kyle McCord in there. Byron Brown from USF. Really? Okay. Wow. DJU, I'm good with that. I think he's probably a little low as far as that goes. And then Garrett Nussmeier. Look, the only time that we've seen him other than the bowl game or whatever from last year, and good for them, he played pretty well. But I mean, he was just good enough for them to go get Jaden Daniels and like teach him how to throw the ball. So I think that they're going to be okay. This one is stupid. Just because of Lincoln Riley is what that is. Trigger happy with the timeout, man. I just whenever I feel like it, it's generally just, because I mess with people or, and Texas fans, it's fun. It's fun to do that because
The brand has finally returned. Your brand.
what's up there, Coach Ricks? Preston Stone is a little wild too. Yeah. A little wild too. And he was way, well, I don't know where he ended up on this list. I saw him on that EA Sports list and he was at like number 2, I think. He was in front of Carson Beck. Cam Rising being that far down is a little wild to me. Seth Hennigan, And how many? Yeah, let's talk about the last game, and that's where what we should be talking about. And what did he do? He turned the ball over 3 times. He put 23 on the board. They got a blocked punt for the other touchdown. He didn't play well. Couldn't get him in from 1 yard out. Quinn ain't that good, bro. I am, and that's like a week or 2 away, right, Stephen G? Welcome in. I think Rocco's very good. Yep. I would have added. Yeah. I think that, look, man, I think that Oklahoma quarterbacks, and I mean, you can even look at what you've seen. The offense has been the offense since before Lincoln got there and since he's been gone. It's not going to change. The truth be told, hell, Brady Cook thing's kind of wild. He had a good year, though, last year. I know that people like him. But you're going to sit there and act like, really, how many of you folks, I mean, being honest, non-Oklahoma fans, how many of you guys are really going to tell me that you think that Oklahoma's offense is going to be bad? You're going to bet. How many of you would put money on that? You're wild. He was still in the lead. Okay. Yeah. For about, 50 seconds, maybe? He was in the lead. And that was, they got that field goal. But their last score was the punt block. He didn't put them in the end zone again. They had to kick a field goal to take that lead. How much money you got on that, Bevo? How much money you got on that their ceiling is average? I'll bet you $100 right now that they have a higher ranked offense than Texas does. Lock it in. Don't change the subject. You just said that their ceiling was going to be mid. I'll bet you right now that they're better on offense than Texas is. Do it. I don't care that it's not so much that he's not on the list. I think that some of the guys that are, Miller Moss hasn't done anything. Honestly, Riley Leonard hadn't done a ton. I'll tell Coach that. Will Howard is egregious, and he's way up on the list. So basically, this is a ranking of coordinators or play callers. Then make the bet. $100. Make the bet. Don't be a puss. Make the bet. Or are you just a soft Texas shit talker? You guys are soft. Both of y'all are soft. Both of y'all are soft. He got hurt, but look at his stats. Look at his stats. He's got 24 touchdowns. He's got another 20 on the ground, but 24 and 10, that doesn't make him a great quarterback. It means that he's pretty, I think he's a stud, but will he stay upright? Don't tell me to stop it. I'll say what I want to say. I'll say what I want to say. They had a better offense than them last year. Your best team in 15 years didn't average, was not a top 5 offense like Oklahoma. Didn't average over 40 points a game like Oklahoma. Don't give me that crap. You know it's a better offense. Make the bet if you think, make the bet. Please. Make the bet. Oh, looky there. See, there you did it. Bye. Make the bet. Or don't say nothing else like that. Come on, man. You can sit there and say all that stuff, but Quinn didn't have the season that he's. In fact, both of his seasons, as much as we're talking about Quinn Ewers, and let's go look at his real quick. In fact, we'll just look at his years of actually being a starter. So last year, 34-79. This is a better season than the year before. But Dylan Gabriel's 2 years at Oklahoma. And, he wasn't a 5-star that was, the first 100 rating. Not Dylan Brooks. So, see, he had more touchdowns by a lot. He's got a total, and just in the last 2 years, we'll just go last 2 years, but he's at almost 8,000 yards. 55 touchdowns. Quinn has let's go back to Quinn. Quinn's total 37. So 18 more touchdowns in the last 2 seasons. And he missed games too. I'm just saying, better offense. Sorry, better offense. Yeah. And guess what? Jackson's a better passer. Y'all are screwed. That's why you won't make the bet. You can say you can say what you want, there, Bevo, but you're not making the bet. You don't have the stones to do it. He did not miss 5 games last year. He missed the same amount of games the year before that Dylan missed. 2. They're gonna. So chances are he'll miss some more, and I guess you're not that excited about Arch either. I just said offense. I didn't say quarterbacks. I said the offense will be better. Just so you know, definitely got a better receiver room. The running back room, pretty damn good too. They're both ranked in the top 5 in the country as well. All this shit y'all want to talk about the Oklahoma offense. They've got an amazing receiving room. They've got an amazing running back room. They got a 5-star plus quarterback too. We've seen a lot of picks thrown by Quinn Ewers, and especially in important situations. You guys are going 8-4, 7-5, and then what are you going to do? Despite the numbers, you would still take. Okay, yeah, okay. You didn't win because of that offense last year, and you had A.D. Mitchell and Xavier Worthy and Jatavion Sanders and Whittington and Brooks for a lot of the year. That's not why you were winning. You won because of your defense, and your defense couldn't stop Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm nuts, but you won't make the bet. So, Yeah. Well, it is what it is. You won't make the bet, so you don't get to say that anymore there. I mean, you can sit here and pull the receipt. I've said it a bunch of times already too, but I mean, today is Friday, August 9th. It is 11:04 Eastern time. Take the bet. Don't be so weak. Don't be so weak. They've had a better offense both seasons than Texas did. And the first season, they still had Bijan and Roshan, plus Dylan Brooks, and all those guys except for A.D. Mitchell. Crazy. What's up there, Ryman Lemon? Benji, why are you taking up for him? You want to make the bet then? You want to make the bet? Because I just do that so it's always, I put everything in Eastern time so everybody knows what time it is where they are. Not Dylan Brooks. You know what I'm saying. You want to make the bet since he won't? If not, shush. Yeah. Oh, the chances are they're screaming for Arch by the time they lose to, if they're even close to losing to Michigan, you're going to hear a lot of stuff coming out of Austin. Yeah, except you can sit there and just, pound your chest and say that stuff, but if you don't make the bet, then who gives a shit what you have to say, Bevo? Who cares? Offense, ranking, total offense, scoring offense, whatever, either. They were better in both last year. They'll be better in both again. You're not going to make the bet. And that's the whole deal. Yeah. Thank you, Hank. See, yeah, they talk all that trash. They're saying stupid stuff, but they know it doesn't even matter. I suspect that you're going to be fine. I've said this a bunch too. If you've been in here, and I know you have, both of you guys this is almost like it's a freaking Texas stream for you guys. So, I've said I don't worry really about the Texas offense. I think in pressure situations, Quinn's going to crumble like he always does, which is a good thing for Oklahoma. Let him play. I think you're going 8-4 because your defense is going to be shit. It's nothing like it was last year. This is why it just makes me so. It surprises me so how people just glaze you guys all the time, and it's they're going to the playoff. It's not close to as good as last year. Not close on defense, and that's why. No, you're not. No. Now, see, now you're saying stupid stuff. Timeout. The bet would be to who's got a better offense, who has better. You're going to take a bet. The bet. What are we betting then? Well, you're going to bet which you want to go one stat or the other. Which stat do you want? I'll take either one. But Oklahoma will probably beat you in both. But I'll take either one. Let's go. You know where to find me. Yeah, the better running back room stuff is a joke too. But look, at least that is arguable. The wide receiver room, it ain't close. It's not close. It's not close. I don't care what the SEC media poll told you. I'll say scoring. I believe in their scoring offense. It doesn't matter though. Yeah, with Baxter's going out. Listen, here's what I would tell you about that. The guys that Jaden Blue had like almost 4,000 yards in his sophomore and junior season in high school, and then didn't play his senior season. sub 11, 100 guy. He's good. I think he was better than CJ Baxter was last year. In fact, he averaged the same amount of yardage, I think, that Brooks did. So, and then you guys know that the other what's the other dude's name? Man, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I was thinking about it. I was looking at it yesterday. He was picked to go to Oklahoma forever. Everybody had him going to OU, and DeMarco was on him. The kid from DeSoto, stud. He's smooth. He's big. Played good defense too. He's a good player. They're going to be all right on that's again. I don't worry about the offense there. I know you're going to get run over on the other part though. You realize that Vasic is not really doing. He's on the third string right there. Christopher Shannon, Anthony Hill. Okay. Yeah, Christopher Shannon, the one that came in here and was telling us how terrible Bill Bedenbaugh is. Tread lightly, bud. Was he? What happened with who did JD Piquel? Wisner, yes, Wisner, dude, he's a stud. I looked at his film stuff, and I remember, I think he had a pretty good game in that semifinal game against Jackson and them. They beat the shit out of him. But I mean, they also had, they were a really good team, but this is what it is. Quinn is the Jimmy G of college. Is he though? That's why he's still on the third string, according to everybody else. I don't know, because one of the guys that I actually trust about Texas was hating on him pretty bad on Twitter yesterday. You guys, you can't believe anything you say. Come on. Every kid in the camp is a T-shirt All-American. Facts. Hey, listen, I'll say Trey Wisner's good, man. He's good. What running back that went to LSU? Who are you talking about now? He's not Baxter. He's a redshirt freshman too, but no, he's not Baxter. But Baxter was the number 1 ranked running back in the country, wasn't he? And when I know this, the guy had, I think he averaged 20 something yards a carry or 17 yards a carry or some stupid crazy shit like that as a junior before he got to DeSoto. And then they had a loaded backfield. He didn't get a bunch of time. Look at the way he runs the ball. I didn't think Baxter's looked great so far. He averaged like 4 yards a carry. I mean, I think Jaden Blue was better than him already right now. I mean, you just got to wait and see on it, but I haven't seen much out of Baxter that made me think he was great. I mean, I think it sucks that he got hurt, but it is what it is. No, he doesn't. I'll tell you one thing. And I mean, look, if it's going to come down to your offense when it comes to Oklahoma, you're screwed anyway. Because it is going to come down to your offense. You're going to have to go out there and score on a way better defense. So I was screwed. No, not Duncanville. I said DeSoto. Because that's where he was at. Wisner was at DeSoto. Caden Durham is the guy from Duncanville, correct? Hmm. I'm not saying that I don't think that CJ Baxter is good. I do. But the thing is with Wisner, you don't know what's going to happen with him yet. And he hasn't had the opportunities yet, but he's big. He's a smooth runner, but dude, kind of reminds me, when I look at Taylor Tatum's tape right now, I love the way that, he doesn't look like he's moving his legs that faster. It's real smooth when he makes cuts, but angles disappear. I know that. The dude's fast. He looks good. Who's the gremlin? That's what I said. Trey Wisner was at DeSoto. I just said DeSoto, bro. Yes, we understand that. Thanks for letting us know, though, Captain Obvious. Appreciate it. I don't know. I don't think he's going to have to handle. That's what I think the other guy's for, right? Wisner. They're going to probably have. I know that Sark likes to run one guy more than. But I don't really know why. Why would you want to put all of it on one guy? Mishandled Savion Red. I could see that. He was good when they played him. I don't know what it was about Savion. Why was that? Explain that one to me, right? Explain that one to me. Why didn't Savion Red get more touches at the end of the year last year? He looked good. You guys are not ahead of me. Coach Ricks was if you guys hadn't gotten over there and checked out Coach Ricks's channel, you got to get over there and check it out. It's called Coach's Talk. Over there with Coach Ricks. Get over there and check that out, man. I like that video you did last night, man. It was good. It was good stuff. Numbnuts ever come around anymore? Yeah, we boot him pretty regularly. Never really boot him. But yeah, he still comes in. He comes in hot every time. Yeah, listen, no, I think it sucked when he went down. And he looked like he might be going to be that guy. We'd see. Yeah, I liked him better than you guys did, I guess. He was always in the doghouse, yeah. Well, it's weird though. Somehow some of those guys end up in there, but it is what it is. That doesn't mean he wasn't good. What do I think? I liked them. The throwbacks, the old throwbacks to the Bud Wilkinson days. I liked it. Those are good looking things. Miss her. Okay. Is that a bad thing for a running back? To be kind of hard headed? Seems like that would relate to running the ball a little bit. Coach Ricks refuses to supply tea and snacks. Snakes. Such a shame. Snakes. No, but he does tell people to kick off their shoes and so he can smell their Funyuns, I guess. That was weird. No, don't you have a show coming up? Are you having one today there, Coach? Yeah, and he was right. No, hey man, that's not one of my sayings. I was like, ew, shoes off. Hell no, I wouldn't say that to anybody. In fact, I'm telling you to put your damn shoes back on if you came in my house like that. Which one will we take off the list and add? I would definitely probably take. Look, we haven't seen anything out of this Moss guy, and I don't even know that he's going to start. To be honest with you, I think the kid from UNLV is better. He's more dynamic. He can throw the ball, can run the ball. They were really good. He was really good at UNLV last year. Kind of surprised me that he was so quick to commit to Miller Moss, but that doesn't mean anything. As we know. Will Howard would not be on my list. Here's what I think, though. What I think there, Shawty, is that they put in guys based on the coach that is there, So Miller Moss got in there because of Lincoln, obviously. And then, let's ask O'Neilio what he thinks of your boy there. Okay. Yeah. I don't think he's terrible. I'm just saying, look, man, I don't know how you can really feel that way when Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner, did not look good there last year. And I don't know how much better they are on the offensive line either. Carson Beck will probably be, I think he's probably the best. I don't know about this Garrett Green thing. Where's Timothy at? Is he in here? Where's Garrett Green's way up there on all these lists? Hey, listen, buddy, whose fault is that? Who's in charge of the squad? Grayson McCall. I like Grayson McCall. I like Cam Rising. Kyle McCord, though, I don't think he's as bad as Ohio State fans tell you. But Byron Brown, get out. I would add. Look, I think that I do believe that Jackson deserved to be in the top 25. I don't think he had to be very high up there. You can go prove it. I'm good with that. But okay, Nico, fine, whatever. But Miller Moss, not so much. I think it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, for sure. Well, he didn't make it in the top 10, but yes, he did, didn't he? He was in the top 10, wasn't he? 12. He was number 12. He doesn't completed 60% of his passes. He's got barely, not even double the touchdowns to interception ratio. I don't love him. Now, playing for Ryan Day and Chip Kelly, can you expect some more out of him with that receiver room? Maybe. But I don't know, man. Are you really positive that he's going to be the starter? I don't know. This one I don't really get. Actually, yeah, I do. But their offense isn't very good. But I know everybody likes Drew Aller. Fafita's fine. Good with that one. Caden Salter, he's at Liberty. Who gives a shit? Cam Ward, I like him. Dylan Gabriel. Quinn, he deserves to be in the top 25, but I wouldn't have him there. And I think Milroe's I think he's a great player. I don't know how great a quarterback he is, but I think he's a great player. He's a stud athlete. He had 2099 was, well, most of that was a lot of last. He was just started just last year, right? But and that's considering that he was playing for not a very, a bad OC. They're definitely in better shape with him now, except that they don't have the receivers yet, or proven receivers anyway. Jackson Dart, I think that I think he's going to be one of the better players in the country. But I don't think he's not better than Carson Beck. And again, I'll tell you that I don't have a single problem with Shedeur Sanders being there. Not even kind of. It'll be great when their pads start talking. I don't think you think he's bad. He's also learning a new system. He'll be fine because Colton Hickey, their coordinator, good coordinator, man. Good coordinator. He'll be all right. If they're going to do anything at all, but they haven't exactly put the best wide receivers and guys around him either, or even really a very good running game, which you would expect from Penn State, DG's number 6. He should be higher than where? I guess, yeah, you could put him in front of who? Definitely Quinn. He's outplayed Quinn. I think Cam Moore could be higher though too. But they're not going to throw a lot of deep balls though. They don't throw a lot of deep balls. It's a lot of crossing routes, and they got guys that are better catching it short and like yards after catch. They're not a very. You didn't see them throwing the ball deep. I mean, that's kind of what they're used to because we know that that's not what Bo Nix was either. It works out well for them. And to be honest with you, if they look, I would tell you this after what I saw as far as arm talent's concerned with Dante Moore. I've seen a lot of his film, and I saw him in person. There was nobody close to him at that All-American game in San Antonio. Nobody close. The other quarterbacks that were there, not close to him. Now, that wasn't the Under Armour game. But the rest of those dudes, and they were all at least pretty high 4 stars. A little bit. He is. Riley Leonard's in there, coach. I think he might be a little high for his numbers, but he's pretty. Where did they have him? It was 13th. Not actually too bad. I think he should be ahead of this dude, but that's just me. Riley's in there. Surprised that he's not higher. I don't know. I think a lot of people are down on DJU though. I think the DJU has an opportunity to play pretty good in the ACC because of the fact that he now knows how to read defenses, and they didn't teach him that at Clemson. He had to learn that last year. I know when I watched him on that Jordan Palmer, he was on with Jordan Palmer and that other quarterback, that backup from the Redskins, or not the Redskins, they're the Commanders now. Yeah. You have him around the 20 spot. Well, that's 2 spots difference there. You did mean just a little higher, huh, bro? That's funny. What do you mean it's funny him relying on Riley? What else would he do? Lincoln? He's not Lincoln. It's Riley Leonard. Hey, look. That's what they have to rely on the quarterback situation there, and they better be better at receiver a little bit. Yeah, well, this is the 247 list. They've got him at 22 here, I think. Wasn't that right? Yeah, just ahead of Nussmeier. So he was good at times. I think that we'll have to kind of wait and see. And I think that his I think that the offense is going to be a little more friendly for him, but except that I just don't know what they have as far as they got that one kid from Alabama, right? But he hadn't done much yet. We'll see. But he doesn't have the guys that Jordan Travis had, and he could throw it better than Jordan Travis can, but he doesn't have the same kind of guys, and they lost a lot of guys on their O-line too, and he doesn't like to run. He's going to stand in there and deliver it. Yeah, but that's the argument that I make though. Again, that is not. We had DJU's dad, and he was like, "Hey, he didn't have the same weapons that those other guys had. You know, you're going to expect." And look, K. Clubman hadn't done anything either there. They haven't given them the same receivers. I mean, they've got a couple of guys, Wesco and that other kid from that Coach I think is better than Wesco too. But they're both freshmen. They didn't do anything to really help them on the line. They've been bad on the offensive line, and they're not going in there to get anything in the portal. None of these guys are good enough to play here. Well, Matt Luke is their line coach, which may help that. But you better hope it does. I think Brian Wesco's a hell of a player. He did get better. He did get better. He got better there. He was better. He had a pretty decent year, though. I think they went 9-3. And I mean, look, pretty competitive league, really. Pretty competitive league. Grayson McCall's a stud. No doubt about that. I like him. I like this question down here. Still waiting on you having Mike Boggs back on. I think he was going. Forget where he said. I think they were going fishing the other morning because I was gonna have him on. I was talking to him the other night. He's gonna come back on soon. It won't be long. Top 5 quarterbacks at the end of the season. Well, I certainly think. Let's see if we look. Go back to it. I mean, we're talking. I think Cam Ward could move into the top 5 for sure. I mean, I think obviously I would think that Carson Beck stays where he does because I don't think they're going anywhere. I think Quinn Ewer falls out of it because they're going to go 8-4. DG probably stays in there. I think Dylan. I don't think he wins the Heisman, but I think that there's no reason why with the schedule that they have, there's no reason why they don't go worse 10-2. So we'll see. But I mean, I like Will Stein as a play caller, and I think he will call to his strengths and stuff. And they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of talent. We just got to wait and see. But I'm not sold on Dan Lanning so much, but I do like Will Stein. What's up there, Derek Hamilton? What's up, bro? Where you been? Seatbelt Mafia, man. Where have you been? I actually sent you a message in Twitter a while back. We've been wanting to know how Seatbelt is. I talked to his pops though a little bit. They're running his ass, huh? I don't know. So I would say, I mean, I can see DG still being there. Quinn won't be, or DG would have to move into it. Milrow, I think it kind of depends on where they are. Again, I'm not predicting the demise necessarily. Beck, Shador, Gabriel, Dart, and Ward. Yeah, maybe. I can see that. Ain't no way, Quinn. Ain't no way Quinn's making it. Yeah, not happening. And Miller Moss is going to be a top 5 at the end of the year. Bevo, you just trying to get booted now. Now you're just playing. Please do. Orgy needs to win the Heisman because of the name. They can have Booty in New York City with him. There is not. They're going to put up numbers. Did you? The trolling part I was talking about was Bevo putting Moss in there. You cannot tell me that you think he's going to be a top 5 at the end of the season and with a straight face. No way. Come on. That's crap. I don't think he was. I don't think he was top 5 last year. No. Okay.
Little dumbass.
We'll see, man. We'll see. All right. Let's go into something else. Let me see. I had it up here a second ago. Where is it? Playoff odds. So, Coach, you probably like this. You've got, let me present this. Where is Coach at? All right. It's a little weird on this one, but number 1 odds, Ohio State. I think that's because they feel like, obviously, they feel like Georgia has a tougher road to get into the playoffs because really, aside from in the Michigan game, everybody's assuming they're going to beat Michigan. I would tell you that he better, but minus 650 to make the playoffs. So, I mean, you'd have to pay a lot to make $100. So, yeah, you have to pay 650 to make 100. That's insanity. All right, yep. Georgia minus 600, not that much, but I mean they're what, 29-1. Oregon in the 3 spot. Okay, that's where a lot of people have them. This is funny here. But yeah, I mean, this is a bet you stay away from because they're not making it. But this one surprised me here because I actually do see why though. They play an easy schedule, but you have to give up a lot of money just to get there. If Notre Dame loses to Suck, they should get a 3-year bowl ban. Coach, you gonna let him get away with this? Oh, I'll just do it for you. Shit, it's just better that way.
You know what, guys? In a nice way, fuck y'all. We don't give a shit.
It is funny, isn't it? This is man, I love the statement because it's absolutely true, bro. Absolutely true. You think that's going to be coach's response a lot to what? Even if they're half-assed, they're going to win 10 games. If they're half-assed, they're going to win 10. And I think they're better than half-assed. They've got a nice defense. The offensive linemen going down, they've got a lot of depth there. They've been one of the best offensive line teams in the country for 5-6 years now. So I wouldn't really concern myself there so much. But they're young though. They probably can't afford a bunch more of those kind of deals. But that was a fun stream, right? Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. But I mean, look, coach will be the first to tell you that he thinks they better win 11. He doesn't think they were going to get in at 10-2. I think they easily get in at 10-2. I don't even think it's a question. I don't even think it's a question. They'll get a home game at 10-2. It may be the last home game, but that'll be. Yeah, they probably will go 11-1. Yeah, because look, I mean, after the A&M game, their next toughest game is going to be Louisville. I mean, I guess you have a kind of a trappy place where they could lose to Georgia Tech. Coach thinks I don't see that. But really, it's October until they get Florida State, and that's a home game. I mean, they at one point in the season, I think they have 7 or 8 in a row at home. I mean, it's a light schedule for but you got a couple of places to get some good wins. You go to College Station and win there in the first week. That's a big win. I think they're favored, but by not much. I mean, it's a toss-up game. So tough game, tough place to play. They're going to have a good defense. If they play any offense, we'll see, Oh, they get it because they're getting it. Shawty, but as well as I do, that it has nothing to do with who they lose to or what. If they go 10-2, the ratings will put them in. They're in this for money. We already know that it's not about the best 12 teams. So even if they were to lose that 2 games, I'm not saying that they're still not good. I mean, you never know what happens. But there ain't no damn way that they don't put them in at 10-2 because they'll watch more. Yeah, if he does that, that'll be good. This is funny, huh? I tell you, a lot of shit talking going on today. We'll see what happens a couple days after Thanksgiving, though. I think they're going to beat y'all's ass, too. Notre Dame in a conference called Love by the Media. Well, and I mean, I don't know why anybody bitches about it anyways, because, yeah, they don't play a conference championship game. So what? They'll never get a bye week either. Now they can get a home game. Look, man, yeah, I mean, I get it. I know why everybody hates Notre Dame. I understand it. Again, if we're going off of merit here every year, I mean, first off, there's no way to really do it. You would have to play similar schedules and all that kind of stuff or whatever, Everybody bitches about it's about to be the NFL, but then they want it to be the NFL. You have to be in this and have to be in that. I don't care that they're in the conference or not. Who cares? And I would tell you this, they go in, I mean, they're already making really good money from NBC, but it's still 15, 20 million less than Big Ten guys, Big Ten teams. And it's at least 10 less than what the SEC gets. Not that that makes a shit, but I would just tell you that, I mean, give them more money. I don't know. I think they're already opening up the purse strings a little more than they normally do. And I think they're getting a lot more players. He's recruiting better than they ever did there. Yeah. But you don't really get to rest. You have to go and play in that first playoff game. You get to rest that week of the conference championship games. You're right. My bad. Yeah, I know. Isn't it wild? Isn't it wild, Derek? Yeah. It's not. But this is Neilio. That's not exactly a true statement. There's a lot of Catholics in this world, and they love them some Notre Dame. There's no doubt about it. When they're on television, you get more eyeballs than most everybody. That's why they've been playing on their own network, the only team to play on NBC for how long? Come on, man. We know better. I'm not saying you have to like them or like that, but I'll tell you that, yeah, they make a shit ton of money, man. Look, they're a brand that, there's a couple of those brands that they transcend whatever sport they're in or whether they're good at it. Like Carolina, same thing. They don't do shit in football. It doesn't matter. Their basketball program, they are one of the most recognizable programs. That's why the SEC would rather have North Carolina in a heartbeat than Florida State and Clemson. It's not close. Bagman, that was funny though, by the way. You guys are gonna Coach, get in here, Coach. 10-2. Okay. I like it. Coop in there. Hated Notre Dame, but my Catholic mama would pinch my ears if I talked too bad about them. Yeah. What do you mean? You disagree with what though? That a bunch of people are going to watch them? Have you looked at the numbers? That's not what you're disagreeing with, is it? Bevo, we don't care what you're saying. We know you're not really saying real stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't think he would just have one of I don't give a shit. But you can get a t-shirt that says I don't give a shit if you go to our official show merchandise store, hofmedia.us/pod-merch. You know what? I was actually on 3 a second ago, but I'm not positive about that. But hofmedia.us/pod-merch, you got the I don't give a shit shirt. You've got Texas Fears Oklahoma, Horns Down stuff. You can go get in there and check it out. I've got one that I'm on. I don't like the design so much yet, but I think you guys will like it if I can get the right look. I just haven't found it yet. Yeah, that'll be when hell freezes over there, Benji. There it is. I knew it was coming. There it is. Tuck. Okay. Write that down. I'll do that. I'd already done that. Somebody else said something for me to Something that they said I say it a lot. And I forgot it. And I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't find it. It's been a crazy ass week. But that's not the question that I asked you though. Or, I mean, what were you disagreeing with me about though? That they deserve to be? I'm not saying about deserving. I'm saying I was saying that they'd get in and that there would be more people will watch because it's Notre Dame. It's just I mean, the numbers don't lie. The same thing happens with BYU, by the way, not quite to the extent that it happens with Notre Dame, but there's a shit ton of those. The Mormon church guys, they love BYU all over the world. Wild, right? Make some of those hats maroon and red and sell them to Arkansas and Aggie fans too. Yeah, for sure. That's actually a very good idea. Thank you, Benji. Yeah, Nilo, you better go to confession. Yeah, I mean, okay. I will. When I make the Hook'em shirts, yeah, that's not ever happening. Yeah, hey, this is a real Sooner fan right here, folks. This is a real Sooner fan right here. A Vince Young jersey for backup toilet paper. When I was going, there was a guy that we used to go drinking with a lot whenever I was at Oklahoma. And they had their toilet was painted in burnt orange and had a longhorn upside down in it when you're looking in. So you're always pissing on longhorns. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, we don't care. Don't. All right, Benji. That living in your head rent-free stuff, that's so lame. You guys realize that's the mating call for the chronic masturbator, right? Rent-free? Don't be that guy. I just put the beautiful picture to use in the Discord. What? Masturbator. I said it. You heard it. Don't say that rent-free stuff. That's so lame. It's so lame, guys. You just can't stand it. And I sure did. I was looking at the recruiting rankings for Texas. That's an awful lot of 3 stars in there, guys. For a Texas team with all them Lamborghinis at DKR and everything else. Crazy. For the Cheerio? Thanks. Yeah, I like a steak. I like a Longhorn steak. No, you're not. You know better. Yeah, there you go. I think it's 18 of 25. But, you know, tomato. Mm. Dude, Marquette ain't no joke, right? Marquette and St. Louis U? Whoa. Yeah, those are private schools. They're expensive, man. Yeah, not getting Fasusi. Don't care about your receiver stuff. And here's the thing. You guys know good and well you're not doing great on the defensive side or particularly not in the trenches. If they don't get Fasusi, it's not a great year for you guys. And how can that be after you go to the playoff that send all those guys to the draft and they not recruiting that good? It's weird. Huh? Sharma, did he flipped? Sharma just flipped to you guys? Because I thought he was going to Oregon. Lance Jackson, come on. We'll see what happens with it. I mean, you got to hold on to him. I thought that y'all already got him. I don't even know. Yeah, see, that tells you that but they hadn't been doing great on the D-line. In fact, they've only got 1 5-star. That's weird for Texas. I'm just saying. Not that it ever really matters. What does that? Okay, what does Texas, Notre Dame, Yale, and Harvard have in common? They all have all the money in the world and still put out non-championship teams. Well, as far as the Yale and Harvard stuff, they don't give scholarships to football players or to athletes at all. You know that, right? That's the Ivy League. That's why they suck now. Okay. Don't care. The Jesuits, yeah, they don't. You're a Billiken too post-grad. Really? St. Louis Billikens? So was Rick Majerus still, was he there when, no, he would, because that was after Utah. It's awesome. Bro, come on. Smoke, where you at, man? Yeah, I don't even know. It's in there. It's in there, bro. You can come in if you're ready. Texas does not, yeah, but they're not. Their edge guys aren't as good as Oklahoma's either. Colin Simmons is good. That's about it. That's what you got. No, I like their edge guys, but they're not even as deep there. It's just wild to me though that you still. It's just like, we just reloaded. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Done talking about you guys. What else? All right. So I was getting back into this. Ole Miss still at -130. I think that's a terrible bet. I still don't think they make it. Plus 100 if you bet Alabama to make the playoff. So they're, not favored to get. LSU still being right there is kind of wild to me. Michigan is still kind of wild to me. I think that they're going to be still really good in the trenches. They're going to be their secondary. Their defense is still going to be good, and they're going to play the kind of football that they can win games. It's another one of those losses for the Shorthorns. But Florida State plus 160. Yeah, I would never take that bet or the Missouri bet, even to win 180. No way. I think Clemson's a no. I think Miami's a no. Aggies are definitely a no. But looky here, like SC, they're showing that they have better odds than Oklahoma does too. Okay. It would be because of their schedule, I'm sure, but it's only by a little bit. I would look. I already told you guys. I think they're going to they're going to go, so I'm going to pick them. I would stay away from Okie Light. Here's the two that you should bet right here. Maybe not Iowa State, but Iowa you should bet. They don't play. They play Ohio State. They don't play any of the other lead dogs. They don't play even SC if you consider them one. They don't play them. They're going to play Nebraska. Who else was it? I think it's Maryland and Rutgers, but they literally they're not playing any of the good teams. I think Illinois might be a testy game for them because Bielema. They're just going to. It'll be that may be a freaking total snoozer. 3-0 final. Brother, see you later, man. Have a good one. I don't know how overrated I think they are. I think that, look, they lost some coaches. They lost some starters. But what we know is that what they kind of left there for them, they still got a really good running back. I don't know what I don't know what I think about their quarterback as a passer, but if they don't pass, who cares? They're going to have a really good offensive line. They'll be good on the defensive line too. And I don't think the Big Ten's great. They get the best teams that they got to play at home, except for the Ohio State game is at the shoe, but then they get SC and Ohio State at home. Or I mean not Ohio State, Oregon at home. So And then Penn State, they don't play Penn State, so I don't know, man. I think the Big Ten did what they did for a reason. They're trying to definitely line up as many teams to not have very many losses. But I would definitely pick at plus 750. That's way worth that bet. In fact, I will pick that one. I will take that one. Another good one, Virginia Tech. I think that I've been saying I think that they're one of those long shots that could do it. NC State is not bad at 470 as well. No way on Boise State. I guess Liberty as the group of 5 team. I mean, they would have made it last year, but maybe. Nebraska has an outside shot at it, but I doubt it. Man. I still think they're probably a year away. And unless Dylan Rail is that guy, right? He'll have to be that guy as a true freshman. So we'll see. He definitely has he has the look. He can throw it. Oh yeah, so the gold medal game versus France tonight. They're giving them 13.5. What do you guys think? Any of these that you guys would take or not take, or what do you guys think? Yeah, I know, apparently. Yeah. The class rankings? Well, first off, it's not over yet. They get Fasusi, which I think they're getting Fasusi. They get Fasusi, they're right back in the top 10, and they're probably closer to like 6 or 7. It's not over yet. And again, he's been in the top 10 every time so far. If they have the kind of season we think they're going to have, and some of these guys, look, I'll tell you that, did you just see that Foji shot up again? He's starting to creep towards 5-star status as well. Some of these guys are probably going to go higher up. There's a couple of guys that they got that amazed me that they were as low as they were, because nobody, I mean, you look at the guys that are at all the teams that are offering them, it's just insane. We can go look at this real quick, but I don't know, man. Don't get too caught up in the stars, guys. Don't get too caught up in the stars, because I was screwing around with the guys from Texas here earlier about the 3-star. I don't give a shit about that. If I was going to really talk trash about Texas, about their recruiting, it's that they don't develop as much. And I don't know, man. I think without Bo Davis, that's your biggest thing. Aren't good at anything. Disguising himself? Oh, because of his haircut? Yeah, I don't see it. Let's see. I look. They got the guys they want. They're intentional about who they get, guys. I mean, it is what it is. I myself, I'm not worried. Let's go to team rankings, and this is 247, of course. In the what? Not wrong one. So let's see. Let's do composite. Oh, this is the composite. Yeah, at 11. But I mean, here's the thing. You can expect some of those Miami kids to not stay at Miami. If Auburn falls apart, who's to say? I know they kind of shot up the list last week. I mean, Georgia, the rest of these guys are going to do pretty well, but like, okay, so look at LSU's. They've got a nice ranking, right? But all these dudes, I mean, they got Shanklin, and he's good. He's a top 50 kid, right? You got a Midwest kid to come to LSU, huh? Okay. But that's they've got a couple of edge guys, but they did a lot better. They're doing a lot better on the offensive side. And that's the weird part, is that where are the kids from? There's not even that many kids from Louisiana in this class. I don't understand why LSU can go and get those receivers that, a lot of these guys, they weren't very high up any lists or anything like that, but they're Louisiana kids. They're just studs. There's something weird going on there is what I'm getting at. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Now, he's done a great job offensively, going and getting Bryce Underwood. He's a stud, no doubt. He did get Pickett too. I forgot about that one. But the receiver, Derek Meadows, good for them, but we'll see. Again, where's their edge? Where's their interior guys on the defensive line? They're not even getting them this year. A bunch of edge dudes and that corner. One linebacker. Dominic McKinley going to get lonely. Yep. It's just trash. It's the laziest thing in the world to say it. But as long as they keep saying it and they're giving it life, it is what it is. I don't give a shit about it, though. Yeah, but see, this is what I don't understand this. You guys say that stuff, but recruiting-wise, he's not there recruiting them. Oh, you're saying because he recruited them to LSU, except he didn't. Oh, no, I get it. Never mind. I get it. Their best guy is that Zion Williams kid. He's a big boy. 6'4", 300 already, pretty much. Brandon Brown. He's undersized. I find it weird that they're having that much trouble recruiting, right? At LSU. But then, I don't know, man. Look at this, though. These guys are all way down here, and they talk all that trash. CJ Nixon's a stud. Yep, see Ryan Foji. He stayed here, but I think he shot up on the On3 or maybe it was Rivals that I saw that the other day. He's approaching top 50, I believe. And they haven't even started playing again. So Trent Wilson, he's highly underrated. Go and look at the guys that he had a lot of offers. Bama, Auburn, shit. This is what matters is who is going after him, and everybody went after him. Everybody. So they've got him marked down as a 3-star, but he had offers from everyone. Ole Miss, and Ohio State, Penn State. So, again, anytime you beat out the godfather of defensive line coaches, yep, that's good. Georgia in there too. Every major so 3-star, whatever, man. You can. It is what it is. Now it's a composite 4. Okay, so they've got him in the top 150 nationally, but here they've got him way down. I don't know. 247 themselves. He's 4 points behind that. It just doesn't make sense. Again, this is why the stars, you have to look at it at more stuff. Oh, I'm not even showing you guys the right screen. My bad, guys. What are you doing? What are we talking about now? He doesn't have BB's track record. He does not. What? Probably another 30 minutes or so, Coach Smook. I don't know. Depends on where this conversation's headed right here. Bagman, are we going to start up that stuff with BB? Because I'm not doing that with you guys on that one. They are not pretty even as far. See, you can't just say stuff to say the shit. Just saying stuff to say it, bro. He's not. And I think that Kyle Flood's a pretty damn good freaking recruiter and coach. He's not Bill Bedenbow. Stop acting like he is. I mean, don't start, man. I would tell you that it is what it is with that. He's probably going to get Fasusi, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. The guys that he has in the room right now are fine. Period. I think that Ryan Foji is going to end up a 5-star. I'm not worried about this shit at all. I'm not getting into this Bill Bedenbowl conversation, clowns again. I'm not doing it. Irritates the shit out of me when y'all get started on that stuff. It's not all about stars. You guys worry too much about that. Who do you trust more? You trust what they see and put out there, or just because they're a 5-star? It's not even the right way to go about things. Bottom line is, a lot of that has to do with the fact of what was going on at Oklahoma before too. If there's anything that's happening and why he didn't get certain guys, I think that Stephen G said it perfect the other day. It's that, a lot of negative recruiting because of Benny Wiley. Again, we ain't talking about this shit. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. No, we're not splitting hairs. Shut it. Lamont Rogers. That's another thing I would say about that, though. Think about this for just a second. I would not be surprised. Look, Mizzou, do you really trust in Missouri? Because I got some, I got something I can sell to you, if so. They're not necessarily holding on to any of those guys. I wouldn't be that damn surprised if they don't hold on to Caden Green. Not that he's going back to Oklahoma. I'm saying all these dudes that when you get them just with money, because that's all they're getting them with, then that's, Shawty said this before, when you get them with the bag, you lose them with the bag. If that's all you got, that's all you got. And if these guys, if they're going over the money they can get in college instead of going to Oklahoma and getting, development, he's got back-to-back guys in the first round. Man, he's put so many dudes in. Yeah, and look at Tyler Guyton was a freaking bench warming D lineman. It's just silly to even talk about it. Why do you think that is? I think, Fasusi's definitely who they want. It's they say what they say, man. Look, some of the again, that wasn't smart. Oh yeah, you're gonna second guess him too. Could be any number of reasons, but I know this. All the coaches in the country are the ones that are winning and not just using and being Jimbo or whatever, as far as the portal's concerned or anything else, any of that stuff. if they're not coming in wanting and they know that you're just about money, I guarantee you, if that's what he was about was just the cash, then they don't give a shit. And that's obviously all they were about. If you want to go to Missouri, you probably don't belong at Oklahoma. There's a lot of Garrett Green love in there. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Benji, you don't know that he's that guy, man. You don't know that he's that guy. And in fact, they miss on linemen more than they miss on anybody when it comes to those guys. That's it. Offensive linemen, especially tackles. That is a fact. A fact. What? Maybe he is, and I'm not saying he's a 5-star, so I get it. Clearly, he's a good guy. But what I'm telling you is that if they didn't really push for him, there was a reason why they didn't push for him. Plain and simple. And I mean, look, I would tell you this: if Foji doesn't make it to 5-star status, I could care less because we'll go look at his film real quick. I'll just show you this. Tell me he's not. He's the exact same size, 6'5", 275. That's the same as what Fasusi. I think they're within a couple of pounds of each other. And then if you look at his highlights, it's insane. Look at this. Oh, bro, come on. I hate stupid ads. Look at him freaking pulling and just smashing that guy. But when they did that, when they got him to commit, he was in the 400s, and he just keeps flying up the freaking rankings. But smashing dudes. I was watching Fasusi's film. I didn't see a ton of difference. And I mean, I'm not a professional scout or anything like that, but there's just, if he likes you, then you can assure you. I mean, he's the same size as Michael Fasusi, so we're splitting what we're deciding whether we think he's as good as Fasusi or not is on the number of stars that he has. That's it. Because they're the same size, they play the same position, and this guy dominates. So, I mean, and I still think they're going to get Michael Fasusi too, but I'm just telling you, if they didn't really push for the other kid, there's probably a reason why. OG is him. I agree. But is what it is, guys. I mean, they're moving him everywhere, and he just mashes. Look at this kid, blowing guys off the ball. He's a monster. His pad level's not terrible. This Ryan Foji. He looks good, man. He just looks good. That's just all. He moves quick. He's, a lot to him, man. Looks like his pad level's not too bad. And this is, of course, junior film. But if Big Bill likes him, I do. Anyway. Yeah. He is. It's all about relationships and stuff. And that's the thing. How many times have we talked about this too? Because I think that right now in the NIL time, and Shawty said it the other, he said it a bunch of times, is that if what you're recruiting on is just, if you're winning them with money and that's what the deciding factor is, you're going to lose them to the same thing. You know, Coop was talking about Dominic Williams, and I think he had Dominic Williams' mom on. I don't know if they already put that video out. I didn't get to see it yet, but I was talking to him on the phone. And he was saying that that's all they gushed about. And you heard Dominic Williams talking about it too. Don't tell me that Texas didn't cough up the same amount of cash. They had a freaking, they were trying to get him on Lambos too. LSU, same thing. I don't want to hear it. That when they're buying women's basketball players at LSU, but not football players anymore. Come on. I don't buy that shit. We know Mizzou will pay the money, and we know that SC's in need of defensive linemen enough that I know for sure that they were offering that cash. I know they were. They have to. They were hemorrhaging at that point badly. They had just lost those two guys that were from Georgia. They had just decommitted that same week. So to me, and he even said, he goes, we knew, his mother had said, but the first time they went, either you're going to go here or I'm coming and going here. I mean, there's something to all that stuff. Okay. What's up there, Rob 077? Okay, yeah. Maybe so. It happens. It certainly happens. For sure. You know. That's the thing is like, you know, how many times have you heard we talked about this quite a few times. I mean, one of the things that sticks in my head the most was after it was last year in recruiting, and they were talking about that they didn't get a lot of their. I think George Stoya asked him something along the lines of what he felt about not hitting on their some of their portal targets or whatever. He goes, "What told you that we were targeting who?" You know, he said a lot of stuff that gets reported is that we're after this guy and that guy. And he goes, and it's not always true. He goes, we don't cast a big old wide net out into the ocean and go see just what we can pull out of there. They're intentional about what they do. And that's what you have to do if you're going to, if you really are about protecting your culture, if you say, like you say you are, then you have to do it the same way all the time. So it is what it is. But, you know, Dominic Williams looked happy. He was talking big about it, and you've heard Stoney saying good stuff about him, and they've all been impressed with him. They've all been impressed with him, and I think, man, it was an important pickup. But all I'm saying is whatever the money was, it doesn't even. There was a relationship there, and and it's the same with every guy. The other guy that I was going to say that, look, here's another dude that's really, Darius Afalava. Remember, he was on with Coop that day too. That dude's a baller. Another 6'5", 320-pound guy. He's a 4-star, but he doesn't even really have a national ranking. They don't have him on there as a national rank. Let's see. Number 4 in Utah, 446 in the nation on the composite. And I mean, he's 6'5", 320, interior guy, stud. They're doing a good job. I mean, we can look at some of his, you know, his best, for whatever, I mean, his best offers were like Washington and Utah, other than Oklahoma, I'd say that I didn't look at the full list. The guys that he was down to was Washington, Utah, and OU. But he had A&M, Tennessee, LSU was on his list too. Yeah, there were a lot of Arkansas. So, had a lot of offers. But I mean, look at the way he was gushing over. Oh, I mean, he worst poker face I've ever seen. When he was acting like it was before he had made the commitment, official commitment. But that video, I mean, I was like, dude, that guy's coming to Oklahoma. What's up there, Jimmy Lee Baker? What's up, my man? Fixing to get out of here, I guess. All right, guys. Let's see. Appreciate it. Everybody coming in. They definitely are hitting more than they're missing, guys. And that's what I would tell you. You can't worry about it because these guys are just doing again. This is why I don't stay stuck in recruiting because I don't want to. I just can't deal with it. It amazes me that how many stars are sitting next to their name is the first thing that gets looked at, and it's just an automatic. Oh well, he sucks because he's not a 5-star. Fuck. If you really pay attention to a lot of it, I mean, I did that video. I think it was in December. You should go back and look. It's on the Sooner channel. It's on both channels actually, but go back on the Hall of Fame Sooners channel and look at it. And literally, there's a lot of information there that it was the underrated class when you look at it on the whole. It really was an underrated class, and it was still very good, top 10. Again, the coaches could give a shit about the stars. Some of them care. You know why? Because they kind of have to recruit there. You know, he's winning the guys you got to win. You got to win your guys in your state. That's more important. And he's winning the guys that you need to get out of Texas. I mean, look, they're right there with them. You're not going to get every player. I know it's so important to a lot of people to get a 5-star. I don't understand why. When you dig deep in recruiting, you can see what is. Yeah, I mean, you can dig deep in recruiting. You can. I can sit here and look, and I could, we can go and show, film right next to each other. I've went and looked at a lot of these. I've seen Fasusi's film. I've seen the kid he was supposed to go to Oklahoma, but he ended up going to Alabama. How can you blame him? They had a good situation there. It is what it is. They're going to make sure they're going to get their money. Yeah. Look, hey, what was we start talking about LSU. What was Joe Burrow? I mean, he was a transfer, 3-star, 4-star guy. And both of their receivers, both of them are probably in the top 5 in the NFL right now off of that team. The one kid, the Minnesota kid he was a 2-star, barely ranked. Nobody knew who the hell he was. It doesn't matter that much. Got to be at least a top 20 defense to win a national championship. I think that depends on but Sooner Cowboys, you do have to be a good defense. Maybe, I don't know. I'll say this part though. When you look at the blue chip ratio, they're right up there at the top. They're ahead of Texas, where Texas is. Way ahead of where USC is. This is what it is. And they are overrated on the stars, man. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. But if you can look at that defensive line that they brought in last year, and then you realize that they added Dominic Williams to that defensive line haul from their class. And you can tell me that they're not getting it done there. Go get your head checked. Because that's silly shit. Think about Devon Mitchell stays and he waits until this class. He's the number 1 player in California. He was the number 1 player in the 26 class or the 25 class in California. He went early. It put him in just inside the top, or it depended on which one, but it was right around 100. I mean, it doesn't mean he was still a 5-star. He was ranked a 5-star. It means he was 5-star talent already. Look at the guy. He's freaking huge and ready. I don't know if he's ready just yet, but he's big. I mean, again, maybe it will. Maybe it will, but I don't know how important that is. I think it's important that you get the guys that they're targeting. That's what's important. Yeah, I mean, some of the guys that are going to be really good, they're going to be really good. But think about it. They got the quarterbacks in that 20 in the the 26 class, right? Yeah, the 26 class. Holy shit. They're really good. What up? Keep saying it. Yeah, I don't have a doubt. That's what I was saying. Some of these guys that you're going to see that should break out, Danny Okoye, they've been talking about him. I mean, you could kind of go through the list. I mean, I was thinking Makari is in a situation where now there's a lot of depth in that room and stuff, but dude, he came on when they started playing him more at the end of last year, you saw him get better every week. Kanai Walker, another one of those guys. I can still see that. I think that they're going to work, and I like Jacoby a lot too, man. He's a stud. There's a lot of studs in that the secondary. There's a reason why they got him ranked number 2 in the country. When it comes to the secondary and the linebacker room. Kendall Dobie's a bad dude. Holy shit, man. That guy's a stud. What's up, bro? I'm good. Bagman, it's not just you don't the thing. I watch this with you every time you start talking about this stuff, and I'll just say this: you have to realize that there's some context that goes with those stars. It's really easy just to give the stars to the guys that go to Alabama or say Ohio State or whatever, or Georgia, right? And think about why that would be. Again, if they're doing it for money or whatever, but I don't worry about it. And they don't, it's not just because he has 5 stars doesn't mean he's going to be that guy. When Bill Bedenbaugh when he likes somebody, they generally work out. Like I said, everybody had it wrong about Tyler Guyton. He was on the other side of the damn football, not playing at TCU. 2 years later, he's a left tackle for the freaking Cowboys, first rounder. They don't matter that much. If you're a blue chipper, you're a blue chipper. Appreciate it, my man. Appreciate it. Yep. We're going to go ahead and call it, I believe. Let's see. It's not just, this is way, you're minimizing it down to one thing. That's not just that. It's not just, they don't have the difference makers on the D-line. They don't have that. I think they do. Seriously, guys, if you just leave it to just, okay, it's just because they have the number 1 classes. It's about the right dudes. Here's the thing. Oklahoma, without getting those guys, because of their offenses, were getting into those things, and it wasn't working out. Now, they're still getting those offensive guys, and they're adding guys that they haven't been able to add in forever. So you don't trust it, though? It just doesn't make sense that you cannot continue to act like this Lincoln Riley in the building, because it isn't. I don't know why you would even put yourself through that. I don't know why you would put yourself through that. I think it's wild. You do have to have difference makers. They're bringing them in. That's the point I'm making is there's a lot of nuances to it, though. I've said it a bunch, Nigel Smith. He'd have been a 5-star if he goes to Ohio State because of Larry Johnson. He would have immediately been a 5-star. So why isn't he one? If he'd have gone to Texas A&M, same thing. Why? Because they were getting 5 stars for freaking 3 years. He chose Oklahoma. It is what it is. Why isn't Danny Okoye that dude? I have no idea other than it's just they immediately dismissed that he could be that good because he played in that homeschool league or whatever. Sounds like he's going to end up getting some freaking reps as a true freshman. And they're acting like he's, maybe even already a little bit ahead of PJ. Now, as far as like body size wise, probably not, but they're also different kinds of guys. But he's explosive. Again, some of these dudes, I think that Nigel is going to be more of an edge guy. But that's because he kind of wants to be. He wants to be that versatile dude. But they run things different too. There's going to be some times that you would move more of an edge guy into that 3-tech position, depending on what formation they get in and some of the stuff they do. And you know how they are on that defense. They exotic in certain ways. They're going to do a lot of stuff where you need to be a little faster for that down. Nigel's a bad dude, man. I bet Stone will be an edge guy this year. You think so? At 300 pounds? They've got a lot of guys on the edge. Maybe I could see that. This definitely happens. Wow, Hines 57. 11-1, only lost at LSU, SEC champs, and a date in the national championship. Oh, whoa. Well, it's awfully not ready to really make that prediction there, Hines, but appreciate you doing it. Good stuff. I think David Stone's going to. I don't know. They're getting a lot of time, and even those guys that are ahead of them are saying that they're getting better every day. Dominic Williams was talking about. He goes. We kind of all have to learn the playbook a little better because being first year or whatever. But he said, but they're different. They're more veteran than you see. They went to IMG. They're gonna be. Jaden Jackson is just a freaking man, big old boy. Yeah, have you not seen Stoney play? He's a bad dude. See, thank you. And this is from a college football player at Georgia. Hey, he played with Champ Bailey. What were Champ and his brother? How many stars did they have coming on them when they came out? Champ Bailey, Hall of Famer. Boss Bailey, bad dude too. Not a prediction. It's what it's going to be. All right, bro. Love it. I hope you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. He's the one that said it. He's the one that said, "You're not counting on Stone to be a difference maker." Why? It is deep. He's doing too well from everything you hear. He's gonna play and be a different. I mean, look, man, he's a baller. But I think that Jaden is probably just, and he talks about it that he just thinks that Stoney said it a bunch that he thinks Jaden's the best one. On the line right now, I think he thinks that. It is a lot of expectation, but they don't have to be. That's the reason why they've got depth in that position that they don't. They're going to be part of a rotation, but it's like 7 guys in that rotation. So it is what it is. Yeah. I think they want to get him. They want to get in there. That's awesome. That's awesome. Champ Bailey. He was a 3-star, wasn't he? What a freaking baller. He was telling me, man, you're one of these times when I have to remember to bring it up to you what you were saying that night after we got done with the show about him, that you just couldn't believe he made the play because you should have. Shotty was like, man, and he was fast. You know, Shotty was one of those super fast guys too, and he was like, man, there's no way he should have got there, but he did. Champ Bailey was a bad dude. I think he's going to play some. They're going to be good. Sawchuk's going to be good. I also believe that is the. I'm gonna have now. I got to go look at his Hall of Fame. In fact, let's look at his Hall of Fame speech. Now that you brought it up, let's find it.
And because my wife said so. Now, I have to start by thanking God for Broncos country. I'll get back to you. Thanks, Jack, for being a mentor, a friend, and a business partner. From the very beginning, 20 years ago, this year. Also want to thank my fellow classmates. All of you guys inspire me, all of you. We'll forever be teammates for life. Also, a big thanks to the current Gold Jackets. Thanks, guys, for making us feel welcome the past few months. It's been amazing to know that I can call you my teammates forever.
It's pretty surreal, you know, here we are many years later and I'm designing my own collection.
Did I miss it?
I also want to say thank you to the Hall of Fame voters, teammates for life. I'll get back to you. Thanks, Jack, for being a mentor, a friend, and a business partner. From the very beginning, 20 years ago, this year. Also want to thank my fellow classmates. All of you guys inspire me.
All right. I don't know. I missed it. Was it, had he already said it yet? It hadn't come yet. Okay, good.
Every person that I should be thanking today. But realistically, it would take me hours to get through it. And I'm sure no one in here wants to hear me speak that long. So I'll begin with starting with my family. My family. Now, they'd rather me not speak about them. But this first person, she relishes it. And that's my mom. We call my mom Ma B. Now, I think that's a self-titled nickname because that's how much confidence she has.
What time? Where is it at, Shawty?
I'm a very competitive person.
Now I gotta
and if anybody knows my mom, If you ever played spades, checkers, taboo, or any game with her, you would know where I get it from. She's the most competitive person I know. She's also the one who named me champ.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama, for all that pressure.
You were such a bad dude, bro. Such a bad dude. You know, I was trying to record a short that I saw
And then there's my dad.
on Twitter.
I also want to thank my late grandmother, Joanne Bailey. Back home, we call her Miss Cootsie. Now, Miss Cootsie was the most inspiring woman I've ever known. I'm not sure. Thanks.
No kidding.
Babe, for dealing with me full time
right.
since I retired. Yeah. Yes, Brill, stand up. They are the most bashful kids I know, but they're the most talented kids I know as well to help you fulfill your dreams. Brother Ron, see now, boss is saying Boogie. That's what we used to call him, but I wasn't gonna say that tonight. But yeah, we used to call him Boogie growing up.
Were you there,
Wow.
Shawty?
A lot of you in here know Boss because he was so talented. Growing important things in life because I wasn't mature enough to prioritize my responsibilities. I missed many precious moments of my kids' lives while trying to be the best football player I could be. I also wasn't as prepared as I thought for life after football. I could go on and on about all the challenges I faced at being a pro football player, but I believe you get the point. There's so many good things the game simply gives you that the real world just doesn't, like teamwork, accountability, discipline, perseverance, just to name a few things. The game helped shape the man I am today, learning from lots of great coaches, great teammates, and others that directly supported the game. I'd like to thank some of those people who helped me along my journey. And I'll start from the very beginning. My hometown of Folkestone, Georgia, population 2,500 plus or minus. I always knew from that moment, it just made a difference. When you see someone that looks like you accomplish things that you think are impossible, truly inspiring. Something great. Thanks, Coach Mack. I love you, man.
I'm out.
So you think you know Wicks?
Shawty, you could have given me a damn timestamp or something. But I gotta get out of here. I just got a call too, so I gotta get. Folks, I appreciate everybody coming in. We'll get to this next time Shawty's on with us. Bring up something. Don't tell me where it's at. You act like it was real early. Come on, Smook. We'll catch you next time. No worries. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in, spending some time with us today on this Friday. We will be back, obviously, on Monday morning, on Rise and Shine College Football again. Then Tuesday, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Over the next few. Well, obviously, we're 3 weeks away today from Game 1 of the season against Temple. So excited about that. Starting to look really good. Coach Smook, just so you know, he was crazy talking. That's it. He was too scared to come in and catch the smoke. But it's all right. We'll get him next time. But glad you popped in, man. And we'll check you next time anyway. But you are crazy. I'll tell you that. But yeah, guys, appreciate everybody coming in. Jimmy Lee Baker, obviously, hey, our boy Shotty, Parker, Urban Engine, David, soon the Cowboys Bagman, Ben G, Timothy Green, Mars Jam, Sooner in Texas, Hankster, as always. Heinz 57 came in talking it up, boy. I hope we have the season that you're saying. I would appreciate that. That would be sweet. Our Moosehead. What else we got? Obviously, we had Bishop Frank in here as well. Ramon Rodriguez, Drew. Let's see, I'm not missing him. Eddie Black, what's up, man? I didn't see you at first. Appreciate all you guys coming in. I don't want to miss nobody though, really. Who else we got? Ryman Lemon, of course. Neilio, my man, Rob077. Guys, I appreciate all you guys coming in. You're the reason we continue doing all this stuff, man. It's awesome stuff. We're going to be putting out some really good content here in the next. I'm going to be working on some videos and stuff, but there's some stuff we need to kind of be looking at on some of these rankings. But hey, we're almost there, man. It's about time to not. We're going to be able to talk about stuff that's actually going on in the game. So it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to the season, man. A lot. Mars Jams, good to see you, my man. I don't want to miss anybody in here. Boom Time, Sooner in Texas. Keaton, Galactodon Miguel. Bevo's Bodyguard, you knucklehead. Who else? Sooner Legend. I didn't even see you there. Boom Time. He didn't stay very long, did he? Derek. Good to see you in here, Derek. Man, I'm going to hit him up here in a little bit, too. Smoke, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate you. And I think that's about it. If I missed anybody, my apologies. I got to get out of here. Garrett Bullware, I knew it. There we go. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate all of you. We will see you all on the next one.